Hi, it's Colin Cowherd. Do you want the best content on the internet? Go watch cats playing on tiny pianos. It's really good. But if you want arguably the second best content, subscribe. Fake questions, real answers. Here we go. Dear Colin, when people think of the best athlete-coach duels of all time, they usually think Brady and Belichick, Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson. But those two relationships are not the same, are they? In fact, they're diametrically opposite, aren't they? Wow, what an insightful question, because yes, they're totally different. Belichick had to turn an unvarnished quarterback like Brady into a superstar with slow, methodical development and assets. Phil had to take a mega talent in Michael Jordan and teach him to slow down, pass more, and be a better team player. In the end, I do think there is a reason that Brady's career is linked to longevity. In the end, Michael burned out fast because he was hard to play with. He was hard on himself, and he had sort of a relentlessness and an energy that even he couldn't withstand. Brady, entering his third decade, did not play or does not play with the same rage and anger Michael does. He plays the game more joyfully. There was a study commissioned by Belichick at the end of Tom Brady's run in New England. This has been documented. And it was about Kobe and Michael and Tiger Woods and Brady. And what they found in the study, Belichick did, and the Patriots did, is that Tom was unique. He was at his best when supported, not ticked off, not when challenged. Tom played for the love and the joy of the game. Michael, to the very end, burned hot trying to prove everybody wrong. Dear Colin, you had about a month or so to soak in the fact that Russell Westbrook is now in the Lakers with LeBron. How do you see it going? Russell Westbrook is fine being a piece. He was never the piece. Some people are not built to be the presidents. Dick Cheney was built to be an advisor to the president. But he doesn't have maybe the empathy, the fluidity on camera, the ability to galvanize and rally large staffs, but he's smart and experienced. Russell Westbrook has great energy and great talent. The problem Oklahoma City made for years is thinking he was the piece. Kevin Durant was the greater offensive piece. James Harden was the better point guard. Westbrook was just the best athlete. And there's always room for an athlete to be a piece of an NBA puzzle. Dear Colin, boy, did Mike Wilbon tear Lane Kiffin a new one on PTI the other day. He called him a clown. Basically said his entire coaching career was a joke. As a famed sports opinionist yourself, would you like to give America your thoughts? Well, yeah, I think anybody that really follows college football closely knows that Lane Kiffin's one of the best offensive guys in football. It's interesting, on the front page of ESPN.com, as I'm speaking, the top story is how Nick Saban's bold Lane Kiffin hire changed Alabama forever. He was a huge, huge success in terms of wins at Florida Atlantic. He was a huge success at Alabama. And by the way, now that we look at the chaotic mess that is USC football, he was actually not that bad at USC either. Dear Colin, NFL ratings are up 9%, while overall TV usage declined by 9%. What does this tell you about the future of the NFL and how we consume live sports? Ratings are based on two things. How many people are watching, total people, that's called CUM, and how long they are watching, that's called TSL, time spent listening or time spent watching. My guess is that 9% is not a dramatic increase in the size of the audience. It is directly connected to the increased sports gambling in America. It is now being legalized in more and more states. So every football season we'll probably have 10 more states with legalized sports gambling. What does that mean? Sports gambling doesn't get you to just watch games. It gets you to watch games that are bad longer. Time spent watching, time spent listening. So that's a connection, in my opinion, to sports gambling, is that a lot of ratings are down across television. But what do we bet in America? We don't bet basketball and baseball. We don't bet soccer in America. They do in Europe. We bet football, NFL football. As it gets more legalized, more people gamble. They've got money on games, and they watch the games longer. Dear Colin, in your interview with Von Miller on Thursday, which was sensational, Von said Patrick Surtain, the cornerback from Bama, is the most polished rookie he's ever seen. Do you have any other recent rookie you'd say was the most polished? You know, the first name that comes to mind, how many of you remember the Cowboys left tackle from USC, Tyron Smith? 2011 first-round pick. He was a 20-year-old rookie out of USC, so he was young. He did not redshirt. He came right out of high school, played 3 years at USC, and was gone. He was the first offensive lineman I ever saw with a six-pack. He was a unique body type. That year as a rookie, 6'5", 320, he was named starter at right tackle on the first day of OTAs. He was named to the all-rookie team first year. And there was a sense in the NFL, middle of the first year, that you were looking at a Hall of Fame offensive lineman. Even very good offensive linemen, like Penei Sewell with Detroit, look a little uneven out of the gate. Tyron Smith, to me, was a top 5 tackle in professional football at 20 years old out of USC.